Part 3, Follow the Sky's Mirrored Constellation to Freedom, page 143, New York City. Maybe it's another New York City the Southerners are talking about. Maybe that's where there is money falling from the sky, diamonds speckling the sidewalks. Here, there's only gray walk, cold and treeless as a bad dream. Who could love this place where no pine trees grow, no porch swings move with the weight of their grandmother? This place is a Greyhound bus, humming through the night, then letting out a deep breath inside a place called Port Authority. This place is a driver yelling, "New York City, last stop, everybody off!" This place is loud and strange and nowhere I'm ever going to call home. Brooklyn, New York. We did not stay in the small apartment my mother found on Bristol Street, Brownsville, Brooklyn, USA. We did not stay because the dim bulb that hung from a chain swung back and forth when our upstairs neighbors walked across the floor, casting shadows that made my brother cry and suck hard on his middle fingers. We did not stay because the building was big and old, and when the bathroom ceiling fell into the bathtub, my mother said, "I am not Henny Penny, and that is not the sky." So she called Aunt Kay and her boyfriend Bernie. They borrowed a truck and helped us pack, bundled us up in winter coats, turned off that swinging light, and got us out of there. Herzl Street. So we moved to Herzl Street, where Aunt Kay and Bernie lived upstairs, and Peaches from Greenville lived below us. And on Saturday nights, more people from Greenville came by, sitting and running their mouths, while the pot on the stove bubbled with collards and sizzled with chicken and cornbread baked up brown inside Kay's big black oven. And the people from Greenville brought people from Spartanburg and Charleston, and all of them talked like our grandparents talked, and we ate and we ate. So there were red dirt and pine trees. They were fireflies and jelly jars and lemon chiffon ice cream cones. They were laughter on hot city nights, hot milk on cold city mornings, good food and good times, fancy dancing and soul music. They were family. The Johnny Pump. Some days we missed the way the red dirt lifted up and landed against our bare feet. Here, the sidewalks burn hot all summer long. Here, we wear shoes. Broken bottles don't always get swept up right away. But our block has 3 Johnny Pumps and a guy with a wrench to turn them on. On the days when the heat stops your breath, he comes up the block, pulling out of his pocket. Then the Johnny Pump is blasting cool water everywhere, and us and other kids running through it, refreshing and laughing. Even the grown-ups come out sometimes. Once I saw my never, ever barefoot outside in the city mother take off her sandals, stand at the curb, and let the cool water run over her feet. She was looking up at the tiny piece of sky, and she was smiling. Genetics. My mother has a gap between her 2 front teeth. So does Daddy Gunner. Each child in this family has the same space connecting us. Our baby brother Roman was born pale as dust. His soft brown curls and eyelashes stop people on the street. "Whose angel child is this?" they want to know. When I say, "My brother," the people wear doubt, thick as a cape, until we smile and the cape falls. Caroline, but we called her Aunt Kay. Some memories. Aunt Kay at the top of the stairs, her arms open, her smile wide, and us running to her. Aunt Kay dressed up on a Friday night, smelling of perfume, her boyfriend Bernie, her friend Peaches. Aunt Kay in the kitchen with Peaches and Bernie passing a blue and white box of Argo starch back and forth, the hard white chunks of it disappearing into their mouths like candy in slow chew and swallow. Aunt Kay and Mama and Peaches in tight skirts singing in a band. Aunt Kay braiding my hair. Aunt Kay running up the stairs to her own apartment and me running behind her. Aunt Kay laughing. Aunt Kay hugging me. Then a fall. A crowd. An ambulance. My mother's tears. A funeral. And here my Aunt Kay memories end. What's the Aunt Kay mean? Aunt Kay is her mother's sister. It's her aunt. Moving again. After the falling, the stairs were all wrong to us. Some days I head up there, my mother said, forgetting that Kay is gone. After the falling, Bernie and Peaches packed their bags, moved out to far Rockaway, telling my mother how much Kay loved the ocean. After the falling, we took the A train to their new apartment, played on the beach till the sun went down, Mama quiet on a blanket, looking out at the water. Kay was her big sister, only 10 months older. Everyone always thought they were twins, so that's what they said they were. Couldn't look at one of us, my mother said, without seeing the other. After the falling, the hallway smelled like Kay's perfume whenever it rained. So we moved again to the second floor of a pink house on Madison Street. Out front, there was a 5-foot sculpture made from gray rock, ivory, and sand. A small fountain sent water cascading over statues of Mary, Joseph, and Jesus. People stopped in front of the house, crossed themselves, mouthed a silent prayer, then moved on. This house is protected, the landlord told my mother. The saints keep us safe. The house is protected, my mother whispered to us, by the saint of ugly sculpture. After the falling, sometimes I would see my mother smiling at that sculpture, and in her smile there was Aunt Kay's smile. The two of them having a secret sister laugh. The two of them together again.